everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today I am baking something that I can eat as being a diabetic, okay? I'm starting out with the Pillsbury Zero Sugar Moist Supreme Chocolate Cake, okay? I've got the windows open. My curtains are just standing out. We are having great temperatures here. And that's why you're going to see me with my hair blowing around, is because the wind is blowing. Got my windows open today. Well, listen, I made this up according to the box directions on the back, because it's the other things I'm going to use that I think are more important because I didn't want to exchange the water out for milk, because that adds more sugar and more carbs to my cake. And this, like I said, this is for me, and I will send some to my mother-in-law because she's diabetic too. And so I'm gonna slide this out a little bit. And we're going to get it in a 350 degree oven, and we will bake it. Let's see how long we're going to go. That was a 9 by 13 inch pan. So we're going to go for about 34 to 38 minutes, okay? We'll start checking it at about 30. Okay, we've got our cake in there baking, and while we're doing that, I'm going to we're going to punch some holes in that cake, and we're going to pour something good down in it. Good for us people that are trying to watch our carbs, and if you're diabetic, this is going to work for you, okay? So, you know to always check your blood sugar. Something that doesn't bother me might bother you, okay? So always check your blood sugar after making something like this and having some. Now have a piece of cake. Don't have a piece of cake this big. Don't do that. We can't do that. We have to eat in moderation. Now listen, I'm going to have, this is Premier Protein. This is a protein shake. Premier protein shake, and this one's called Indulgence, and it is a salted caramel truffle. Salted caramel truffle. If you have to do a screenshot, do that. And it has 30 grams of protein in it, okay? Okay? We're going to pour that into our bowl here. You can see it looks just like chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Look, I didn't have a chocolate one, or I would have used a chocolate one. You know, but this salted caramel, yummy. It is good. The salted caramel is good. Okay, now I'm going to put in 2 to 3 tablespoons of zero, see the zero up in the corner? That means zero sugar, butterscotch Jell-O instant pudding. I know y'all think to yourself, Nan, do you not ever talk normal? You don't have to say that stuff, but you don't know the questions. You have no idea the questions that I get, and sometimes I have to make myself very plain so people understand. So there's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put about 2.5 tablespoons, but you can use 3 if you want to. But I save this, and then when I'm making protein pudding, I'll use this in my protein pudding. Now, I'm also going to use, I've showed y'all this before, I got this from Amazon. It's PB2 Pure Peanut Butter Powder. Pure peanut butter powder. Now, one more thing. I just know I'm going to get questions about this. This pudding is 1 ounce. 1 ounce pudding box, okay? Just the small box, as you would say. It's not the big family size. Now I'm going to put in 1, 2, I'm going to put in about 2 1/4 tablespoons. Two tablespoons and maybe a teaspoon. Okay, and remember, I leveled them off. You don't have to. You just do whatever you feel like. You just measure with your heart. You know, if you want to put more peanut butter, do put more peanut butter. Now, here we go now. I'm going to try to beat this up. And it's only got one speed. We're going to beat this up into a pudding texture. And when that warm cake comes out of the oven, we're going to punch some holes, some good sized holes, and we're going to pour this down through those holes. Now remember, this is for a diabetic. We can eat good too. When we have special events at our church, I try to make something for us that can't have sugar. And I know it makes them feel like they're tickled to death to get something, you know, because a lot of times you can't. Everybody else enjoys having something sweet, but if you're diabetic, that's a no-no. We need to stay away from sugar. And I'm going to tell you, sugar, while I'm beating this up, it's getting thicker. Can you hear it? Sugar is just like pure inflammation to the body. So anything that we can do, I think that's good enough right there. Now I've got some soapy water over here. You know what I'm going to do? I do this with my regular KitchenAid cordless mixer. If I have a sink full of soap-setty water, I bring it over here. Just put it down in that soapy water. Now you don't want to get it around anything it could get caught up in. Look what that done. Totally cleaned my, which sometimes is aggravating, you know, because, and I'm rinsing it off real good. Slinging the water off. And then, look, I've got a clean little wire rag. And sometimes it's hard to get into a whisk to get it clean. If you'll do that as soon as you get through mixing something up, that's just a little hack. Now, look at that. It's already sitting. I'm going to set that there and let it go. I'm going to set these ingredients out here real quick so you can see them. It smells just like a Baby Ruth. I mean, chewy. Nan, sometimes my mouth doesn't kick in gear. My brain, they don't coincide with one another sometimes. Smells just like a Butterfinger. So a peanut butter. We've got peanut butter. We've got some caramel flavor in there. We've got the butterscotch. And so if you want to find that, I don't sell anything, but you could find that on Amazon. And it's good for a couple of years. Mine is. So I know I'm going to have mine used up. So after we do that, we're going to take just a few, probably a couple tablespoons of Lily's milk chocolate. This is sugar-free. These are sugar-free. Lily's I've found is the best. I like it better than I do the other brands. But Lily's milk chocolate style baking chips. Now let me grab me a knife right there. And I'm going to just pull these up. This is not my knife I normally use to chop these with. So they may just run everywhere. But I don't want to chop them up just for something. I might put something else with them. I've got a Butterfinger bar. And you could shred just a little bit of that on there. But if you want to totally stay away from the sugar, you need to do sugar-free. And that sometimes that costs you flavor. You know, it definitely costs you flavor. Now we got it where they're not jumping. Let's just get these chopped up in little pieces. I used to love Butterfingers. Now see, Pop won't be eating this. I baked Papa a cake last night. And boy, oh my goodness. Y'all will see this, or you may already see it before you see this recipe. But I baked him a Milky Way, oh gosh, a Milky Way cake with Milky Way icing. And it was one of them things. It wasn't a recipe I'd ever seen anywhere. I just got in here, and sometimes I'm like a mad scientist. My mind goes crazy. I can put this and this and this. And I was already taking this cake apart and saying, next time I make it, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. So we got our stuff ready. Let's wait on our cake. Okay, I've got my cake out of the oven. And I am poking holes in this hot cake. So Nan, that's an awful bit. It's the only thing I've got. It's the only thing I've got, young'uns. We want this to get down in the cake. Sometimes if you make your holes too small, you can't even get it down there. Now, I'm going to take this and a good little and I'm pushing it down into those holes. We'll let that melt. You want to do it while it's warm. Well, it's just hot right out of the oven. I had just took it out. Let's get this. Well, I don't know if that's the wind opening up my basement door or if Tom's decided to get up. He can open the basement door. He's something else. Okay, we want to get all this out of there onto our cake, and then we're going to let it totally cool, okay? And I didn't put this in the refrigerator. I just left it on the counter so that it wouldn't be cold. It's cool, but it's not cold. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes when that cools. Next, we're gonna make our icing, okay? And I looked all over the house. I thought, I know, went to the pantry 2 or 3 times thinking, I know I've got powdered monk fruit or powdered sugar made by it. So I didn't. So you know what I did? I took my regular, this is monk fruit sweetener. It's just like granulated, you know, like sugar. You know what I'm talking about? And I put it in my bullet, turned it on, and made powdered sugar. If you don't know how to do that, I needed a half a cup, and that's all I needed. And I thought, well, what is wrong with me? But I don't remember. I know how to make powdered sugar. Okay, I've got about a cup of peanut butter right here. Cup of peanut butter. Hang on. And I'm going to put that half a cup of powdered sugar. And I'm going to put 1 8-ounce container of Cool Whip zero sugar. Okay. I'm going to turn this on just low. So there's going to be a lot of protein in this cake. For every 2 tablespoons of that peanut butter, it was 7 grams of protein. So, you know, plus all of our protein in our protein shake. We're going to put this whole 8-ounce tub of zero Cool Whip. In here. We're going to mix this up. I've got my cake in the refrigerator, letting it cool down. Let me get that down off of the side. If you said, well, Nan, I don't have some of that stuff to make the pudding, well, then you know what? Just bake the cake, let it cool, make this icing to go on it, and you won't go wrong, okay? Okay. Don't have any soapy water, I already got rid of it. Okay, now I'm going to take that, clean all that off the sides, and stir it in. I've got everything else ready, just ready. Let me check on my cake real quick. Hang on a second, okay? Okay, here we go. Let's get our icing on there. You talk about feeling like you're cheating. This right here will make you feel like you're cheating to eat this. And to think that it's full. Yes, you've got some carbs in it, because there was some carbs that come along with about everything, and the cake mix had some carbs in it, but it didn't have any sugar. I know this sounds awful, but I just don't like the keto mix. That Duncan, I love Duncan Hines. That's my favorite. Oh my, that's a good one. We're going to spread this out. Now, if you like Reese Cup or Butterfinger, you're going to love this cake. You have to refrigerate this, okay? I know that sounds like a crazy answer to something, but I have a lot of people that send me messages. Nan, do you refrigerate it? Anytime you've got something, which Cool Whip is a form of dairy, you have to refrigerate it. Plus you've got the protein shake and everything like that in there. Okay. Now, let me wipe my hand off here. And we're going to go with, let me show you what I have. Reese Cup Zero Sugar. Reese Cup Zero Sugar. The little, I'll show you one. It's just the little small individual wrapped Reese Cups. And I took some of those and I chopped them. I'm going to put them around on here. I already washed my little thing that I put these normally up, you know, clean them up off the counter with. I already washed it. So why not just use a knife? That was three of those. And let's see, no sugar. There's 16 carbohydrates to three pieces of this. So I used 1 serving of this and has 2 grams of protein. So we've got peanut butter in that. Now I used 1.5 servings of the sugar-free chips. You know what I'm talking about? Lily's chips. You know, my family, one of their favorite things is is having a holy cow cake. They love it. I sometimes when I'm feeding all of them, I need to do two to make sure everybody gets a big piece of that. So, you know, can you imagine you having this while they're eating the holy cow cake? I would not think I missed a thing. That's the truth. So let's go back and revisit this just a second, okay? We baked our cake. We used, we went exactly by the directions on the cake box. We baked it exactly the amount of minutes that it did on the cake box. And that was from like 33 to 38, somewhere in between is what it baked in my oven, 350. And then we punched holes in it. We took one of the 11-ounce containers of salted caramel protein shake that has 30 grams of protein in it. We mixed in 2 tablespoons, about 2 1/4 tablespoons of peanut butter, the powdered peanut butter with that. And we also added in, what was it we put in that, young'uns? Oh, butterscotch zero sugar. It's the small box, the 1-ounce box. We put that in there. We beat it all up together, let it set up. Then we put it in the holes that we punched in our hot cake. And then we made our icing with 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, which that was monk fruit. So it's not sugar, it's sugar substitute. So we did 1/2 cup of that, 1 cup of peanut butter, and we did 1 8-ounce carton of zero sugar Cool Whip. We mixed that all together. We took 3 of the small little Reese Cup zero sugar little Reese Cups, chop them up and put them on top. That's optional. You don't have to do that, okay? And then we put a 1.5 tablespoons of the Lily's milk chocolate little morsels. They're sugar-free too. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up there so you all can see. And I'm gonna hold this up there so you can see. Oh, lousy. Can't wait. It smells so good. Father, thank you for this food. Thank you for your blessings, Father, and how good you are to us, Lord. Thank you for providing something for me, Lord, and for the people out there that need to be able to eat something when they're craving these sugars and chocolates and things, something that we can have, Father. Thank you for providing that, Lord. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, let's take a bite. There's no way that I could put that on a table and not tell anybody what it's got in it. They could eat it and say, oh, man, that is good. Delicious. And you say, well, I don't like butterscotch. There's no butterscotch taste in this. None. Zero. It's the mixture of those things together that come out tasting like the best peanut butter caramel something you've ever eaten. I'll wait one more bite and that's it. The cake is moist, and then that pudding down in there, and after I put it back in the refrigerator and just let it sit there, it's going to be nice when it's cold. Be sure and remember that you have to keep this refrigerated. And, you know, to tell the truth, I don't know why you couldn't cut it in half and freeze it. And if you say, well, Nan, I'm by myself, or it's just me and my husband and we won't eat a big cake like that, then you know what? Cut it up in individual pieces and put it in containers, put it in your freezer, pop it out, let it thaw when you're ready for something. You know, there's more than one way. I love cats and dogs. Y'all know that. But there's more than one way to skin a cat. I've heard that old saying all my life. But this is worth making. And to think of all the protein that we're getting when we're eating this and feeling like we're indulging, we are getting good protein to go along with it, okay? Well, listen, I'm going to go. I want y'all to know I love you. I appreciate you coming in with me every day. And I hope that this will help. I get lots of messages from people saying, Nan, you know, I don't have anything. I'm craving all this stuff and I don't have anything to eat. But you can make your own. Very simple. Very simple. You can do this. I know you can, okay? Well, don't forget how much the good Lord loves you, okay? And how much that I love you. I'm always up late answering questions and answering comments and praying for you all. And I thank y'all for praying for Willow. She's still a little under the weather. It's sort of like coming and going, these episodes where it's flying back up with that flu. So thank you all for your prayers. I really appreciate it, okay? And I will see you next time. You've learned a couple of hacks today, too. How to clean your mixer blades, when, you know, your mixer things that you pop up in there, whatever you call them. How to clean those in some soapy water. You've also learned, if you didn't know, how to take powdered sugar. I mean regular sugar-free sugar. You know what I'm talking about? It's sugar-free. This is sugar replacement. You can take this and all you got to do is put it in a blender or whatever and let it blend up till it turns into powder. And then you've got powdered sugar-free sugar replacement, okay? So we've learned a few things today. Well, I'm going to go. I will see y'all next time. I already got some pictures. I'm going to put this in the fridge and let it be setting up and being cool with that Cool Whip that's mixed in with the icing. So I'll see you next time, Lord willing, okay? And always remember that I do post the recipe. I get 55,000 people sending me messages every day that just says recipe. That means they don't watch the videos. That means they just come for the recipe. And then when they come, they can't figure out how to find it. So please, please support me as an influencer. Support me by watching the video, okay? And then you won't be sending me messages at 1 o'clock in the morning asking me how to mix something up or what to do with it. You know, cake replacement. Well, what's that for? Well, if you would have watched the video, you would have known what it was for. To replace the missing part of a cake mix in a box that's missing now. So there's a lot of things like that you could just use your noggin, as my mama would say. Use your head, use your noggin, and think about this. If you'll just watch the video, then you won't have to worry about trying to get the answer from me, okay? I love yous and I don't mind at all to answer, but some of the stuff is because some people are lazy and they want you to give them the recipe. They even send me messages how to fix some other cook's recipes. What do I do? This happened, that happened, you know? And what do? I answer them. You know, I go way over the mile. So please watch the video, please. It supports me and it lets you know what you need to do, okay? Didn't mean to get off on that, but I've not had any sleep in so many weeks, and I don't know what's going on. Facebook is turning all the comments that people are making on a video and sending them to Messenger. So that's what I'm hearing. And then I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning answering messages, and I can't run on 2 or 3 hours sleep. So please say a little prayer for me and make sure that, you know, that you can, most every question that they ask me could have been questions that never could have been answered. I mean, you wouldn't have had to worry about that if you'd watched the video. So I don't care to help you, young'uns. I know sometimes you're busy and get off on something else, and you're cleaning while you're listening to what I'm saying, and the next thing you know, you've missed something. So I understand that. I really do. And I don't care at all to help somebody. Lord knows I have a helper's heart, but sometimes just to know people, they don't follow me, they don't support me, they don't watch the videos, but they come over and get the video and then send me messages on how to fix it. That comes really close to getting blocked. If I know that for sure, it's over for them, because I'm not there like a recipe book, okay? I'm human and I work hard at what I do, and I try to do what I do the best I can. So laying more on me, you know, and please don't not ask a question when you've got a question. I want to help. That's my spirit about me, is that I like to help. But just not even watching the video and then sending me questions on how to make it, it hurts. It really does. Well, I'm going to let yous go. I love yous. Don't ever forget how much the good Lord loves you. And I'll see you next time, okay? Lord willing. Bye-bye.